and welcome to this week's DBTV Sports broadcast. We're here to bring you a recap of the latest in the world of Bruin athletics. I'm Caroline Park.
And I'm Sophia Chang. Tonight we have the details behind the heartbreaking playoff loss that ended one Bruin squad season, as well as two thrilling tennis victories over USC. Let's get started. The fourth-ranked UCLA men's volleyball team entered the MPSF playoffs this weekend looking to go on a run and defend their national championship. Instead, their postseason ended much earlier as the Bruins fell to the fifth-ranked UCSB Gauchos on Saturday night in Santa Barbara. Reporter Courtney Bowman has more on the loss that ended the Bruins season, as well as the college careers of two of the team's star players.
It wasn't supposed to end this way. The UCLA men's volleyball team was peaking at just the right time. They looked ready to defend their national championship. Instead, their dreams were dashed in the MPSF playoff quarterfinals at UCSB's Robertson Gymnasium. It was another tough loss for a promising UCLA team that seemed primed to bring that elusive 100th championship to Westwood. And their season didn't end on a high note, but a flat one. The Bruins had 31 service errors on the night, their highest total of the season, and they were unable to contain the Gauchos' offensive powerhouse Evan Paddock, whose 24 kills propelled UCSB to a convincing 3-1 victory. The game was the last of the season for the Bruins and the last in the college careers of standout seniors Steve Klosterman and Paul George. Klosterman was the team's go-to hitter and led the team in kills and points scored this season. Saturday night was no different, as he led all players in kills with 28 on the night. Despite the loss, Klosterman said he felt a sense of satisfaction walking off the court, knowing that the Bruins had given it their all.
Couldn't have done any more myself personally. I felt like I really, left it out there, and certain things didn't go our way, but I couldn't have done, really that much different. And so, I guess it's a tough one to swallow, but you got to live with it.
As the Bruins captain, Paul George provided both statistical and emotional leadership for a generally young team. He was first on the team in serving aces, second on the team in points scored, and third on the team in digs this season. His last outing on a college court may have been more bitter than sweet, but at the end of the night, he was all smiles as he reflected on the successes and thrills of the past season.
Looking back and saying, I've had a great time, had a lot of fun tonight, had a lot of fun all season, whole lot of fun this whole career, and I can't hang my head about this loss. We poured our heart and soul into tonight's match, and it unfortunately just didn't go our way.
With this season in the books, the question is what the Bruins will do next year without the offensive firepower of Klosterman and the solid leadership of George. The good news is that seasoned junior libero Tony Kerr still will be around, and redshirt sophomore Jamie Diefenbach has proven to be a powerful hitter. Freshmen Garrett Muagu-Tatia, Brett Perrine, and Kevin Kerr have contributed a lot on the court this year, and both Klosterman and George say they think these young players give the team a promising future.
Our freshman guys, we have a good freshman class here already, so they'll be sophomores next year, and they'll be great. We have a lot of guys coming back, so that team next year, it's looking good. I told them just, guys keep hard working, and something's going to happen good, next year.
It's a young team, and they're going to be really, really good in the future so long as they keep at it, keep working hard, and we expect the greatest things to come.
Klosterman and George now find themselves in the same position as many other college seniors, reflecting on the past and looking toward the future.
There's definitely some mixed emotions. It's upsetting that this is the way it went down, but like I said, I'm just happy that I had the great run that I did. I was healthy all season long, and I really just had a lot of fun. So it's a little bit of a relief, that it's all over now, and I guess we got to go to the real world.
For DBTV Sports, this is Courtney Bowman.
The UCLA men's volleyball team ended the season with an overall record of 19 wins and 11 losses.
Turning to basketball now, if you thought Josh Shipp's hip problems were over, think again. The redshirt sophomore forward underwent surgery last week to repair a tear in his left hip. Shipp has been plagued with hip problems in the past, as he utilized his redshirt year in the 2005-2006 season to recuperate from the same surgery on his right hip. Since the recovery period is 4 to 5 months in length, Coach Ben Howland says that Shipp should return to full strength by September and that the recovery period should not interfere with the 2007-2008 season. He's expected to begin the rehabilitation process soon.
Bruins always love to beat the Trojans when USC visits Westwood, and the men's tennis team enjoyed a sweep victory at the Los Angeles Tennis Center on Saturday. But this installment of the rivalry was a down-to-the-wire thriller. Reporter Janice Jan has the scoop.
The Bruins scored their fourth straight conference championship and 2.5 more points in the Lexus Gauntlet competition with the Trojans as the men's tennis team defeated their crosstown rivals this past Saturday. Though USC's Whit Livingston and Garrett Snyder claimed the first doubles point for an early 1-0 lead in the match over UCLA's Matthew Dehane and Jeremy Dreen, it turned into a very close competition for the rest of the afternoon, as both teams kept alternating wins between each other. As the Trojans' Kais Van Hoff pulled USC ahead 3-2 with a 6-3, 6-2 win over Chris Sarapol at court number 3, 2 matches were left to be won by UCLA in order for a total Bruin victory. Dehane avenged his doubles match loss by garnering a 6-3, 6-3 win over Gary Sachs in the singles match. After this win, only one match remained on court number 1, where UCLA senior Benjamin Kalafel ended his last regular season match at the Los Angeles Tennis Center with a bang, eventually winning 6-4, 6-4 against USC's Jamil Al-Agba.
UCLA has had a rich tradition in men's tennis.
Delighted spectators included around 100 former UCLA tennis players who showed up for the first ever UCLA Men's Tennis Alumni Day. Current seniors Kalafel, Sarapol, Philip Grundler, and Jason Chung will soon be joining the alumni group, as this was their final regular season home match. Luckily for them, this final match was one to smile about. For DBTV, this was Janice Jan.
The Bruins and the Trojans were tied 3-3, and the final match looked as if it would go to USC. UCLA's Ashley Jolson battled USC's Diane Mathias for the win, and Jolson finally beat her 6-5. Thanks to the women's tennis team, UCLA now has enough points to officially take hold of the Lexus Gauntlet for this year, a prize trophy in light of the long-standing UCLA-USC rivalry.
Though women's softball began the weekend with a shaky start, they came out on top with 1 loss and 2 wins. The Bruins weren't able to match Stanford Cardinals' early scores, resulting in a 6-4 loss for UCLA. However, junior pitcher Angelica Selden shut out the Cal Bears in Saturday's game, while Bruin hitters stepped up to the plate, scoring 11 runs. With 5 strikeouts for Cal, Selden proved that she was ready to lob the Bruins to victory. And it worked. Cal lost once again to the Bruins in Sunday's game, 3-5. Currently ranked number 12, the softball team will conclude their string of away games this Wednesday after they play the number 13 Washington Huskies.
The Bruin baseball team had another exciting weekend as they matched up with the Cal State Northridge Matadors. Reporter Jason Huffine has the rainy weekend recap of the Bruins' latest sweep.
Unleashing an offensive flurry on Cal State Northridge this weekend, the UCLA baseball team swept their weekend series with the Matadors, scoring a combined 26 runs in 3 games. Highlighted by Sunday's 12-8 come-from-behind triumph, the Bruins have now won 14 of their last 16, including sweeps at Stanford, at USC, and now their latest victims, the Matadors. Jumping on Northridge early, the Bruins scored 4 times in the second inning and once in both the 4th and 5th innings to take a 6-2 lead. However, a 6-run 6th inning, including a 3-run home run by the Matadors, gave Cal State Northridge an 8-6 lead. The Bruins were not fazed, though, as their offense combined for 6 more runs in the 6th, 7th, and 8th innings to eventually win 12-8.
Well, we knew we had 4 innings left to play, and just if we win every inning, then we're probably going to win the game. And we got a lot of good 2-out hits with runners in scoring position, so that was big for us.
Left fielder Will Peniel and third baseman Jermaine Curtis led the Bruins with 3 hits each, and Crawford finished 2 for 5 with a run and an RBI. Pitcher Brant Rustich, credited with Sunday's win, allowed only 3 hits while striking out 4 in 3 1/3 innings of relief work for the Bruins.
When you're down, you got to keep them close because, your team's got to come back, so you don't want to give them too much. So it's just pretty much my mentality is just go out there and throw strikes, be aggressive, and stay within. And, today everything worked out.
UCLA's hot streak in the last 16 games is their best since the 1997 season, the same year the Bruins last made an appearance at the College World Series in Omaha. The main reason for the Bruins' turnaround this season, according to coach John Savage, has been the return of Curtis, who is ineligible to play during the winter quarter, and the general health of the Bruins squad.
Obviously, we've had a ton of injuries, and then, Jermaine's ineligibility, and we really haven't had the team we thought we were going to have on the field from day one. And we got that team back at Stanford. The first Stanford series that opened up Pac-10, we got the team that we wanted with Jermaine playing third base, and I'm telling you, he's just played fantastic baseball, and he's been contagious, really. And
the 24th ranked Bruins will look to keep up the momentum when they play at UC Riverside on Tuesday, April 24th. For Daily Bruin TV Sports, this is Jason Huffman.
Well, that's all the Bruin sports news we have for you this evening. Be sure to tune in next week when we'll let you know how women's gymnastics team fared in the national championships in Salt Lake City.
We'll also be giving you a look at the football team's spring scrimmage. Thanks for watching and see you next week.